Hello, check. Auxilia, can you hear me?
Yes, Manu.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Check. Hello, check, check.
Hey, Bart,
Yeah, tell me, Auxilia.
uh, as an audience, right, when I log into my personal thing, the screen is very blurred. From the presenter link, right,
Hmm.
here is clear.
The what is blur?
The screen,
The PPT.
yeah,
No, no. What you're seeing on the live stream, you leave. This push punting la the PPT. Okay. How blur is it? Or maybe it's just bandwidth. You're working on both. No.
yeah. Now it is okay. Now it's
That must be just be a bandwidth. That's okay. Huh. Good evening, everyone. We'll start with the Titan series shortly. Bangalore folks, if you could join us at the collab area, we'll start the Titan series shortly. That speaker will work. Speaker.
Hey, how's it going? Doing all right? Marai, Sebastian. Yeah. It's your.
So we'll get started. Hi everybody, welcome today to the Titan series. The first edition of this series was started by Sebastian. He was our first chief guest for that. And it's an honor for us that Sebastian is here again. To add on to what we spoke earlier, and from the last time we spoke, there are a lot of things that have changed. And the one critical change that has happened is how Gen AI has come about. So today, Sebastian is going to give us a lot more of his thought leadership on where Gen AI is impacting the private equity industry and the energy sector on a whole. So quickly to introduce Sebastian, Sebastian is the CTO of Quantum Capital Group. He, he's part of Quantum's executive leadership and works closely with the technical team to build Quantum's next generation digital platforms and also with the Quantum's portfolio companies to build the ecosystem and tools they need to harness the power of cloud computing and artificial intelligence. He has over 27 years of work experience that has spanned across leadership roles as general manager in uh, Chevron's digital transformation. And prior to joining Chevron, Sebastian was a chief technology officer chief technology officer and executive vice president at Trade Ranger Habvu. He started his career in information technology with SAP in Palo Alto. He holds an MS in Industrial Engineering and MBA from Karlsruhe Institute of Technology in Karlsruhe, Germany, and an MS in Engineering Management from Stanford University. We also this time have Arvind. Arvind has been a great partner for us, for our team here. Arvind is also one of the most passionate problem solvers and data scientists that you can find and that I have come across. So he has built strong data science departments from grounds up on multiple locations across Schlumberger, Noble Energy, and now in Quantum. He has developed and integrated AI/ML solutions into end-to-end business models within oil and gas industry to solve impactful problems across operational reliability, portfolio optimization, and engineering design optimization. He holds a bachelor's in chemical engineering from IIT Madras, a master's in mechanical engineering from Clemson University, and a PhD in mechanical engineering from University of Texas at Austin. It has been a great learning experience for Tiger, for us in this partnership, and this is a fantastic opportunity for the larger Tiger community as such to gain from the perspective of pioneers in AI and innovation in these sectors. So thank you, Sebastian and Arvind, for coming here and giving for this opportunity for the wider Tiger community. And thank you everyone in the audience for participating today. With that, I'll hand over the mic to Sebastian to give us a presentation, after which we will follow up with the fireside chat.
Well, is it on? It's great to be back. I think it's just about 2 years when I was last here, and you guys were Tiger Cubs. The Bangalore office was like, one big room, and it wasn't fancy like this, where there's so many people here. And I mean, I want to really start off with giving you guys a big compliment. I think what Tiger has accomplished in the last 2 years is phenomenal, and you guys should be very proud of the work that you all have done, the kind of revenue that you drive, the kind of market reputation that you have. It wasn't like that 2 years ago. I gave Arvind always a very hard time. Why did you choose Tiger? What's so special about Tiger? And he proved me right. You guys really, I think, outperformed the competition. And I think that's very meaningful for those of you who work here, because you're A players, and the rest is really kind of in the B field and just not performing at the level that Tiger is performing. I will say that people working on quantum, they're not only A players, they're actually A+ players. So that should be a lesson for all of you that don't work on quantum. But we're very happy with the relationship. We're very proud of what the Tiger team is doing for us. You will learn a little bit about who Quantum is. You'll learn a little bit about the products that you all are helping us to develop. But also we have done very well over the last 2 years, and also we have really upped our reputation, where I think right now in private equity, in energy, we are very much seen as the thought leaders, as the ones that pioneer AI much better and much more aggressively than the rest. But we'll cover a little bit more of that in the coming slides. And Saurabh kind of asked me to do 20 minutes of presentation and just telling you a little bit of grounding on who we are. Also, I think the interplay between AI and energy is very interesting, so I'll cover this, and then we'll open it up. And I've got the smarts of quantum, Arvind, here, so he'll be able to join in to hopefully a fruitful Q&A session. But let me start with who we are. We are a private equity company. What makes us special is that we are focused exclusively on energy. So we invest across the entire energy supply chain, as you can see here on the left. And what that means is fossil fuels. What that also means, though, is renewable power generation. And that's really solar, and that's really wind. And then we also have a VC arm that invests in clean tech. And so these are things like articulating and determining the risk of climate change. These are EV charging stations. These are battery technologies, and so forth and so forth. And then we have a growing emphasis on what we call ET&D, so that is energy transition and decarbonization. So you can think of that as the picks and the shovels that basically go into the energy transition. We find it very hard to make money with just renewable power generation through solar and through wind. But where we see opportunities is the service industries into those. And so a good example is we have a renewable port in Scotland, and that's a port that basically takes these humongous windmills. If you think about 100 meters worth of blades, and we assemble them, we put them out into the North Sea, and then we maintain them as well. So that's a good example of what we call energy transition and decarbonization. So very focused on energy. Anything that's energy, we take a very close look at. Secondly, we do invest across what we call the capital stack. So on the one hand, that's private equity. Private equity, we are after growth capital. What growth capital means is that we build companies from scratch. So we identify management teams. These are usually 5 people in a garage that have a theory. The theory might be, I want to build a solar farm in Greece. Or the theory might be, I want to build an oil and gas company in the Permian, somewhere in West Texas. And we fund their G&A. And together we go and we hunt for assets and business opportunities. And so that is really how we do business and grow these companies from 0 to $5 billion companies over the span of 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That's number one. Number two is we also invest in private credit. And so private credit is interesting because the kind of portfolio management over the last 4 or 5 years in the United States, I think to some extent even worldwide, has changed, where people no longer trust bonds, but actually try to diversify their private portfolio, their private retirement portfolio, with structured credit in private markets. And so what this is we don't just lend money to companies. We basically buy into their wellbores, we buy into their solar production, and we then get a share of their profits. And so it is a very lucrative business where you can drive very high returns above 10% returns without the risk that you're potentially taking with a venture capital investment or with a private equity investment. And then the last is our venture capital business. So we have a small venture capital business. We usually do Series B, Series C investments, and those, as I said earlier, really exclusively go into climate tech. So lots of software, lots of lots of kind of basic technologies like carbon sequestration technologies, where you capture carbon within the air, and EV charging station I mentioned before. This is a quick overview. It just basically tells you the size of